Welcome back. I'm SevenisYellow, and I've got a big cold glass of apple juice, and I am feeling relaxed. It is so much nicer recording shit on the couch. Wow, I really built up there being something at the end of this hallway, and then there wasn't. There ain't even anything in this room. I thought I was like leading up to a boss. Whatever. Yeah, like I'm feeling so chill today, which is a nice change of pace from my usual crippling anxiety that plagues me every moment. And I mean, it's true. My anxiety hasn't like gone away at all. Man, I don't know. I've been trying to take a couple like things for it. I've been taking caffeine pills that have a bunch of like B vitamins and shit, and that's keeping me awake more than anything else ever did. I used to drink a ton of, well, okay, in college I drank a ton of coffee. And I didn't even realize until like one summer break, I came back and I was like, why do I feel like shit all the time? Why don't I dream anymore? Why am I not happy? And I didn't realize until I went back to school. I was like, oh, I had a caffeine dependency. I fucking subsisted purely on caffeine. But like even months off of caffeine, I don't remember any of this shit from Metroid 2, by the way. This is like an entirely new game. Even like months off of caffeine, I still felt like shit all the time. So I don't even know if it's a caffeine dependency so much as just like I can't not be on caffeine, which sucks, but what are you gonna do, you know? So now, you know, I tried tea. I tried to go with tea, and I feel like it worked for a while, but generally speaking, I was still feeling kind of blah most of the time. So instead, I started trying to go with, God, I'm really having to focus for this. I'm trying to time it so it's in the fucking top one, and I can only get it on the other one. I started taking caffeine pills, and it's been working really well. Like, I always felt weird about taking caffeine pills. I was like, ugh, am I gonna get addicted? But like, I'm already fucking addicted to tea. What's the difference? The caffeine pills just don't turn my teeth brown, which, by the way, the tea was doing. I had to use this whitening toothpaste. But I'm just like, I don't know. I love tea. I used to consider myself like a tea connoisseur, but now I'm like, I don't know. I don't want brown teeth, and I'd rather just be able to take a pill in the morning instead of brewing a whole fucking cup of tea. Wow, this guy became a lot less threatening now that my beams can go through walls. I like that. It only makes you fight this enemy once in a way that's difficult, and then it's like, you've earned this. Here you go. You know how to fight him. Just fucking have a beam that goes through walls. So that's definitely been helping, but like, you know, my anxiety is still pretty fucking terrible. Anxiety is not something that I was clinically diagnosed with. I just kind of figured that out on my own as an adult. But depression was something I was diagnosed with as a child. And it's weird to remember because like for years I had forgotten about it. I had forgotten that like my mom literally took me to doctors because I hated myself when I was a child. And it's weird to think about hating yourself as a child. I guess a lot of children hate themselves, but like as a kid you're not allowed to show it. Like if you complain about something as a kid, if you're like unhappy as a kid, people are like, oh, get over it, you're just a kid, you know, you don't have any real worries. And like, it's true, you don't have any real worries as a kid. So wouldn't you think that, you know, if your kid wants to kill themselves, it's probably not because their life sucks, it's probably because they have depression. And bless my mom, she took me to a whole bunch of doctors when I was little. Fucking, I'm trying to go up the friggin' thing! Just, Jesus Christ. Sorry. My mom took me to a whole bunch of doctors to try, like, different therapies and shit. And, they diagnosed me with depression, but they never put me on anything for it, because I was, like, me personally, even as a kid, I was afraid to go on medication. I was like, I don't want to get addicted to medication. Holy shit, that high jump is high. That looks so silly. I am jumping so high. Anyway, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog whining in the background. She's desperate to go outside because she heard a dog outside, and so she is getting very upset. Oh my god, she is really going at it. She doesn't usually whine that loudly. She's like super upset. Oh, I hit the wrong button. What's the aim down? There it is. It's the left trigger. Man, she's really distracting me. I'm sorry. So I don't know. Like I even as a kid, I was terrified of getting addicted to medication. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And now I kind of regret it because who knows how much easier my life might have been if I didn't if I wasn't constantly battling my own mind. But now I'm pretty sure it's more anxiety than depression. I don't know that I ever heard anybody talk about anxiety when I was a kid. Everybody just assumed it was depression if it was like any sort of feelings of like hating yourself. But mine is definitely generalized anxiety because it doesn't even happen in response to social situations. It's just like I always feel like I did something wrong. Literally 24/7. It's inconvenient to say the least. It's mainly just kind of frustrating. Like most days I'm lucid enough that I know that it's just my brain making me feel shitty about myself, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I just get kind of frustrated because, it's like I know that it's nothing, but I feel like it's everything. If that's something that makes sense. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little too heavy. This is not a funny episode, I suppose. But I'm just I'm thinking about it like, whoa, can I fucking wall jump? I can fucking wall jump. The game never even told me that. The game never told me I can wall jump. I just did the Super Metroid wall jump and it fucking worked. Which I guess is maybe the case in Super Metroid? I think you can wall jump from the beginning, but the game never tells you that you can. You just have to be taught it. I always thought that was a really cool mechanic. There's a part in in Super Metroid where you have to learn to wall jump, but rather than give you the new power that's you can wall jump now, it teaches you that you could always wall jump. It gives you you're stuck in a room with these animals that are also wall jumping, and the only way out is to wall jump, and it asks you as a player to reevaluate your set of moves and be like, wait a minute, can I wall jump? And yeah, it turns out that you can, and you always could, which I think is really interesting. I think it's an interesting, not a metaphor exactly, but just a really cool thing that games don't usually do. Usually you don't discover a power that you had all along. Usually you know from the start what you can do. And in certain games that wouldn't work. In certain games you have to know what your stuff is from the beginning. But I really do appreciate games where you have to figure it out for yourself, what you can and can't do. Why can I grab onto ledges sometimes and not others? What the fuck is up here? Something interesting, I hope. I was hoping for another boss battle this episode. I almost promised you guys one last time. I said there'd be something at the end of the hallway. I didn't say it'd be something interesting. I just said it'd be something. And I don't remember what it was, but I'm sure there was something. There was a door, a save point. Yeah. So that's something. That's the best I can promise. And I try. Okay, so when I'm at work, I talk casually like that. When people are like, "Hey, do you carry this?" I'm like, maybe, because I don't want to say yes or no and be wrong. Which, it also obviously is part of my anxiety. But I'm like, I don't fucking know. Let's look it up. Let's find out together. And a lot of customers really like me for it because I don't pretend to know what I don't know. If that makes any sense? I'm like, if I don't know where something is, I won't be like, no, ask another team member, or yeah, I know where it is, and then have the wrong location. I'd rather be like, nope, I have no idea. Let's figure out where it is together. And then I look it up or ask somebody, I don't know. I feel like that's the way to do it. You gotta be casual. If you're working, I don't know. Some people don't like casual interactions in when they're shopping. Or at restaurants or something. Oh, I can go this way now because I have high jump. Some people don't like it. It's mostly older people who don't like it. But I feel like 99% of the people that I interact with really appreciate just casual interaction from an employee. Being able to just like talk to someone about something. And that's why I like working in like an electronics section, because I get to sell video games and phones, and like that's shit that I actually know about. If I was selling cars, I'd be out of my fucking ocean, and I'd be like, I don't know. I would go entirely by the book, and I feel like that's super boring. I feel like you have to hire people to sell stuff who actually enjoy what they're selling. You know? Because otherwise they're just gonna be reading out of a book and being like really boring and not fun. And I like to have fun when I shop. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Can I wall jump off of this? No, because these all go away instantly. So maybe I'm not supposed to be here yet. Where the fuck am I supposed to be? Man, we've made no damn progress in this episode. I wanted to fight a boss. I still want to fight a boss. Fuck you, purple head plant thing. My god, where the hell am I going? I did not complete this area down here, but I don't see anywhere else to go. Man, there's like fucking nothing. Alright, it's gotta be down there in that gray area. We're gonna go back down there before I end this episode and just see if I can find something new. If I can at least leave you with the promise of something new. The other problem would be, like, I'm tired, so I'm gonna like stop after this episode, and if I stop for the day here, when I come back, I'm gonna be like, wait, where the fuck was I? And I'm gonna have no idea, and then it's gonna be hard to get back into. I'm gonna finish this fucking game. You take my word. You have me promise. I'm gonna finish this fucking game, because I'm so tired of not finishing the games that I start Let's Playing. Because I'm dedicated to you guys, okay? Like, I know it doesn't seem like it, because I haven't posted in a really long time, and I'm sorry about that. But like, I'm dedicated to this, and when I start Let's Playing a game, I don't finish it on my own. If I start Let's Playing a game, I'm gonna finish it on a Let's Play. And so, like, that's the reason I never fucking finished Hyper Light Drifter. I also never finished Five Nights at Freddy's, which I only did one episode of, but I really want to do more, because I actually really like that game. I own the second one now, too. Did you guys see they're making a new one? They're making a new Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, I mean, obviously they're making a fucking new one. They're always making a new one. But they're making one that's like, it's like a spin-off where it's actually like full 3D graphics, and like you can move around in real time. It runs on like one of the Valve engines or something. I don't know if it actually does, but it looks like it runs on the Source engine. Yes, I said one of the Valve engines because I couldn't remember the name of the Source engine. Don't judge me. But I don't know. It looks cool. Like I haven't developed the cynicism for Five Nights at Freddy's that I feel like a lot of people have. I feel like a lot of people saw it turn into like a kid's toy phenomenon and were like, what the fuck, and got really far away from it. But I think it's really endearing. Like, I don't know. I love seeing small children come into my store and be like, do you have Five Nights at Freddy's toys? Do you have these horrifying animatronic monsters in toy form that I can play with? And I'm like, hell yeah, I do. You're awesome, small child. I wish I had that shit when I was your age. Like, I don't know. I had some weird, terrifying shit when I was little, but it was mainly the kind of terrifying that was, like, not fun. Like Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy made me really uncomfortable as a child. I feel like it would still... I haven't watched it in years, but I feel like it would still make me uncomfortable. And I'm just saying, I'd rather have grown up with Five Nights at Freddy's than Ren and Stimpy. I don't think the 90s were as great as everyone makes them out to be. I think the 2010s are where it's at. I hope my dog isn't peeing on the floor. She's behind the couch now, and she goes behind the couch when she doesn't want you to see what she's doing. Woo, almost missed that. That would have been bad. That would have been a whole lot of wasted time. Fuck, where am I even going? I want a save point, man. I want to get the hell out of here. I want to lay down. My pants are literally so tight that my leg is asleep. I'm not even sitting in like a weird position. I'm literally just like, my pants are so tight that my leg is asleep. I'm sorry for that tidbit of information. Like, I'm sorry to my legs. I'm sorry to myself. I'm sorry to you. Just so sorry. Anyway, bye. Love you guys. Seriously. Subscribe and tell me. I don't know. Tell me some fun facts about yourself in the comments. I don't know. Couldn't think of a goddamn thing. But I love you guys. Appreciate you. Have a great day. God, I got my work voice on for a second. Like, have a great day. Glad I could help. Fuck.